Happy Wednesday, FlossTube. Hello, crafty friends. How's everybody doing today? Welcome back. My name is Caroline, and this is video 5 in our series here at the Evertote workshop on our YouTube channel, all about UK cross-stitch designers. Today's designer of the day is none other than Michelle of MommaLovesYouGB. So many of you watch her Sunday report, her FlossTube video that she puts out on Sundays. She is a delight. I am pleased to let you know that she is just as much of a delight in person as who you visit with on Sunday mornings. Michelle is lovely. Carrie and I were lucky enough to meet Michelle at Big Stitch when we were recently there a few weeks back, and we even got to sit at the same table with Michelle. So we really, I feel like we got to know her a lot better than, you know, we'd met her before the last time when we went to the Stitches in London retreat a few years back. But we you know, it's different when you're sitting at the same table with someone over the course of a weekend. You tend to chat more and get to know each other just a little bit better. So Michelle, it was a treat. So today is all about MommaLovesYouGB. I'm drinking my tea today in my attic needlework mug to send out a toast to Michelle. Cheers, Michelle. Huge congratulations to you on your recent announcement that you are going to be participating in the January Sampler Symposium that is hosted by the Attic in January. Congratulations, Michelle. Just so proud of you. It's a wonderful accomplishment, and those who will be lucky enough to see you there are in for a treat, really. So I'm already trying to figure out how Carrie and I can maybe possibly make our way down there in January. So really, congratulations. It's amazing. So Michelle is, let's tell you a little, I've done a deep dive into Michelle's Instagram feed to find a bio picture and a little introduction that she did for herself back for the Common Threaded Stitcher Instagram event that goes around once a year. So this picture is from a posting that Michelle did on August 1st, 2021. It's a lovely photo with her dog. Look at her Dalmatian, it's so beautiful. So she is originally from Stow-on-the-Wold in the Cotswolds and am an only child. I now live in West Wales with my partner, my daughter, and Albus the Dalmatian. I went to university in Bangor and have a degree in marine zoology, and am now a science teacher, biology specialist with a master's degree in coaching and mentoring. I started stitching about 7 or 8 years ago, but maniacally, for the last 4 years or so. I feel like I should be saying that word with a British accent and then it would work. Random facts: I can't stand eggs in any form except cake, and coat hangers make me really mad. So there you go. Michelle is an expert in, becoming an expert, a hobbyist, enthusiast of Welsh samplers. And yeah, she's a treat. So some of my favorite designs that you can currently find in Michelle's Etsy shop, and I know many of you already, you know all of these charts already if you're a frequent viewer of Michelle's. But let's just highlight a few, because there's a tiny little black sampler in there that's been on my favorites list for a while, as well as 2 newer bird charts that she's got in there, and Susanna Eccles. Susanna Eccles, we've actually done up a Roxy Floss Co floss pack for, and we've done up one other floss pack for a very special sampler that I'll tell you more about in a minute. So she has an absolutely beautiful way with birds. So one that just always catches my eye that I think might be a must stitch for me during the month of December, during Flossmas, is the Birds That Sing. It is, it's just a sweet, sweet little chart. It's not that big. I'm sure that I could squeeze that into December's stitching list. So I love that one. And the black sampler that has been on my eye for so long, and I've seen so many of you stitch it, is Nessie Mitchell 1929. It has the A, E, I, O, U separated out as our vowels do as we sing our alphabet. And did you ever do that? Sing the alphabet and then practice your A, E, I, O, U at the end? I don't know. Reminds me of my childhood. I just love that chart. It's a perfect small sampler for November, for Black Sampler November. It's just, and I do believe actually that is originally what Michelle published that for a couple of years back now. Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery started the Black Sampler November tradition, and Michelle Jacob invited other designers to contribute samplers for the, in the spirit of it, because we have Red Sampler September, Sampler September. Is it Red Sampler September? When is Red Samplers? All year round, right? But to give Black Samplers a little bit of a special month of their own, Black Sampler November was born. And so I believe that was back in 2022. This is the third year, maybe it was 2021. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's a beautiful small black sampler, and it's definitely on my must stitch. Two bird reproductions that I absolutely love. Elizabeth's Bird and the Little Blue Swoop. Now I do believe Hannah's done up a floss pack for the Little Blue Swoop. I'm not sure it's going to be listed today, but if that's a chart that you've had your eye on, we can pull those Roxy flosses for you. It is charted in DMC, but we've done a floss conversion for that. But yeah, Elizabeth's Bird. I love the greenery in Elizabeth's Bird. It's very eye-catching. It's just, it's lovely. Also, special mention of her panic button collection. I think those are really they're just funny. They're charming. Button up and panic button. Yeah, I love those a lot. I am the proud owner of one of Michelle's sampler buttons. So, aren't I lucky? I know. She had these for sale at Stitches in London last year. Or no, it was at the sampler. It was at the February sampler event. And then I believe her leftovers were sold through Etsy a while ago. So I know these are now gone. I don't know if she's going to be getting in more or selling more of these. I'm not sure. So I feel lucky that I managed to get one. So love it. So now, Susanna Eccles. This one has been also on my to stitch list for quite a while. And when we were at Big Stitch, we were discussing, whether, Michelle might be okay with us doing some conversions of her charts, and she was, and so we jumped in with both feet, and Susanna Eccles has now been converted. We do have a floss pack for it. It is such a lovely chart. It's just a beautiful design, and the colors are they're lovely. So we are recommending Dirty Porcelain as our recommended linen floss combo for that floss pack. The colors look great on it. The lightest floss in that pack is Daffodil, which is a pale yellow, and it only appears within some darker stitching that surround it. So the photo, it does look like there's some tone on tone stitching, but it shouldn't be as light if you're not a huge fan of tone on tone stitching. It should be visible. Okay, so Susanna Eccles, that was our first big job, but that was our first big jump into converting a piece of Michelle's. And then I watched Michelle's video, just her most recent one, when she announced her super exciting news about being able to lecture at the Attic Sampler Symposium. Hannah Atwater. Did you see it? Because I saw it. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And I know Michelle has shown it before because apparently stitchers have been asking if Michelle would release it even before stitching a reproduction, if she would chart it and release it. And in her video, she said that she would, and that she was going to release it in honor of Sampler September, that it would be available, that she's charting it. Well, guess what? I knew I was going to be doing this, and Michelle and I have been chatting, and so I quickly jumped on our message thread, and I said, Hannah Atwater, any chance that you would allow us to do a Roxy Floss Co floss pack for that chart, because I really want to stitch that like yesterday. And I know that for me, I want to start it in September. I want to celebrate the heck out of Sampler. I have so many plans for Sampler September. I am going to be samplering it up throughout the month of September. I can't wait. And Michelle was all in, and she allowed us to have early access to her design and her color list, her DMC. So it is charted in DMC. By the time this video goes live, Hannah Atwater should be available on her website. We do not carry Michelle's charts. Michelle's charts, I will point you directly to her Etsy shop to purchase PDFs of any of these charts that we've been discussing today. You won't find paper copies at Evertote. I'm going to direct you right to Michelle's Etsy shop. There will be links below. So by the time this video goes live, she should have Hannah Atwater available for purchase as a PDF download in her shop on Etsy. And we will have a Roxy Floss Co floss conversion available if you would like to stitch it along with me in the Roxy Floss Co colors. I also am going to be sending a floss pack to Michelle. Whether or not she chooses to stitch it with Roxy Floss Co, that's up to her. But I thought we would send her a pack. So also I'm going to be stitching it on a 40 count Panettone linen. Panettone has been a staple in our collection, Roxy Floss Co linen, for quite a while now. It's a bit of a temperamental linen in that you get what you get. Sometimes it's a little darker, sometimes a little lighter, sometimes it's a little more mottled with more red highlights coming out, sometimes it's got a little more green highlights coming out. To be honest with you, it's entirely temperature dependent. It's very, very, very sensitive. And the location where Carrie's dyeing right now is, and she's actually just about to move her dye studio. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, because we're not quite sure what's going to happen to the recipes that work downstairs. So it's all in a day's work, right? However, I can show you the floss for Hannah Atwater that Hannah here at Evertote has pulled the conversion for. This is definitely 100% a Floss Boss Hannah conversion. And here it is. Hannah Atwater, Roxy Floss Co floss conversion done by Floss Boss Hannah. And you might be asking, where's your linen, Caroline? Well, we're out of 40 count Panettone, so currently Carrie's dyeing. Carrie is dyeing. That always sounds funny when I say that and I pause, right? She's dyeing linen downstairs in the dye studio, and Panettone was on the menu for today. So my linen and more Panettone for the shop is coming. So this is not a small design by any stretch. Hannah Atwater's is a large sampler. So you can fit it on a wide quarter on 40 count, but you will only have 2-inch borders on your sides. You'll have lots of room top and bottom, but you're only going to have 2 inches on the sides. What is the stitch count again on it? Stitch count is 274 wide by 347 tall. So it's not small. So if you like 3-inch margins, then we recommend that you purchase a 1/2 yard of fabric. So, but on 40 count, if you're happy with 2-inch margins, you can easily fit it on a wide quarter. 36 count, well, you're only going to have a 1.5-inch border at that point. So choose accordingly. You know, I'm going to load some panettone into the shop. It's a fairly standard one that Carrie dyes regularly. So even if we don't have it actively in stock and done, we should be able to have it within the next couple of weeks. So Hannah Atwater's, that's what's happening. That's all I can think about at the moment because it's just so beautiful. So that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this little extra sneak peek into Michelle of MommaLovesYouGB. And I hope that you're just as excited about her new release as I am. And yeah, she's just a feather in the cap of UK cross-stitch designers, as they all are, let's face it. It hasn't exactly been a month of slouches, has it? There's some wonderful talent over there that we're lucky enough to be able to stitch these amazing designers. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's only Wednesday today. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. We'll see you soon.